What's good, what's poppin', what's hit, what it is, what it do, what's up. I am Lindo, yes, and you are here at Drop the Mic, where we leave it all on the stage and we pour our hearts out on the page with spoken word poetry. Often spoken word poetry is considered the jazz of the literary arts, the last element of hip hop and culture producers of all the community needs, understandings, and what we desire here at Community College of Philadelphia. We've been at tour, hitting every single one of the campuses to get the most creative, talented MCs, poets, actors, singers right here on our final stage after all our several auditions at Drop the Mic. And here, I'm with my host, co-host, Marquise Wright Lee.
Hey, how y'all doing? Give it up for my co-host, Lindo, yes. As he said, we are here at Final Stage, episode 2 of Final Stage, where at this point, once you hear all of our poets today, we're going to crown ourselves a champion. So I hope y'all are ready. I hope that you are anticipating and filled with as much joy and excitement as we are to get this all started. But before we get started, got a few housekeeping rules. Since this is the second round of our final show, we still have our 12 contestants, which we're going to narrow down to the top 3, first place, second place, and third, who will all win respective prizes. And first place winner will win a 3-hour recording session with CCP's very own Spring Garden Records. Yeah, clap it up for that.
You know what I mean? You putting production on and off the screen.
Exactly.
You know what I
So performers are going to come up here with original pieces. Original pieces that are performed a cappella with no musical accompaniment or props.
No props.
They have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to give you their piece. Afterwards, they may incur a penalty, which may drop them down. So poets, performers, make sure you keep track of that time because you don't want to knock off your chance of going home a winner. All right?
Don't do
now,
that.
Lindo has already introduced himself, and he introduced me, and so we have another introduction to do because today we have someone here who is we wouldn't be here without her. So we have one half of the spoken word group Yellow Rage,
Okay,
who was on the first season of Def Poetry Jam, who is a recipient of the Lynn Back Teaching Award 2024 for Drop the Mic, one of the co-creators of Drop the Mic. Please give it up for Dr. Michelle Myers.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Marquise and Lindo. And I'm so happy to see so many people here today. Thank you all for coming out and for supporting our students. I also want to make sure that I give a shout out to the other co-creator of Drop the Mic, Alan Kobernick. Please give it up for Alan Kobernick. Alan Kobernick retired, but he is a co-creator of the show, and I'm so grateful to him to have believed in the vision of Drop the Mic. And I also want to give a shout out to our DJ, Corey Delaney. Please give it up for Corey Delaney, AKA DJ Corey Martin. He is the director for the Center for Male Engagement, and we're just so grateful to Corey for coming out and DJing for our final showcase and just giving us a great vibe and so forth. I'm also going to introduce our amazing panel of judges, and so next to me we have Alicia Dantzler. Please give it up for Alicia. Alicia is someone who's very close to my heart. She's part of my extended family. She's a spoken word poet. She's also an author. She is a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia. Please give it up for being a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia. She's also pursuing her master's degree, and she is an ABA therapist who works with students with disabilities. Give it up one more time for Alicia. And next to Alicia, we have Dr. Shannon Rooney. Please put your hands together for Dr. Rooney. Dr. Rooney is the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Strategic Communications, and I have to give a special thanks to Dr. Rooney as well as to the entire marketing team, the entire strategic communications team, because Dr. Rooney is the person and their division are the ones who have supported Drop the Mic this season, and without their support, there would be no Drop the Mic, and so I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much. Please give it up. Please give it up for Dr. Rooney. And next to Dr. Rooney, we have Dr. Guy Generals. Please give it up for Dr. Generals. Dr. Generals is the president of Community College of Philadelphia, and we are so honored to have him here today. And I also have to express my gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Generals for being such a huge supporter of Drop the Mic. And we're so happy that, you're able to be here today to be a judge. And I do want to point out, because Dr. Generals is the president of the college, he is super busy. And so there is going to be a point in the show where Dr. Generals will have to step out, and then we're going to have someone else step in to finish the judging, and we will reintroduce them later, but I just wanted to make sure that I give a shout out to Dr. Darren Lipscomb, who is the Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management, who will be taking over in the second half of the show for the judging. So give it up one more time for our panel of judges. And I'll send it back over to Marquise and Lindo.
All right.
We are here.
We are here. And so our introductions are primarily over because we are going to be reintroducing you to our top 12 performers for the second round. And are y'all ready for that? You know what? There are more people in here than what that sounded like, so let me try again. Are y'all ready for that? All right. So, when you hear something up here, because you're going to hear something up here, there are a few things you can do. We can hear some snaps. So you're going to hear some snaps. Can we hear some snaps? Everybody. Whoever got snapping fingers, let me hear some snaps. You can hear a you can hear a You can hear a yes. Or, yeah. Just to express your gratitude for whatever you feel from what you hear up here. All right, this is an exchange of energy. So when the contestant, poet, MC up here is giving you something, you can give them something right back. Okay, so y'all ready to get our competition started? Yeah. Are y'all ready to get our competition started? Yeah. I don't know if y'all ready to get into this. Do I have to come back? Do we ready for the second round of finals? Gotta love it. Then, without further ado, on deck we have
Naeem, the self-love poet.
But coming up to the mic, we have
Mar.
Give it up for Mar!
There we go. Got you.
All right, thank you. Kaleidoscope. I remember when the world was beautiful. I was much younger then. When the sun rose above green orchards and along blue streams, peeking her smile through clouds of foam and cotton candy. When the leaves of trees whistled their songs into the wind in the spring and blushed orange to bid their farewells in the fall. When the moon's pearl gaze dragged in the midnight current, and dim skies exploded with vibrant, bright stars, revealing secrets blanketed by the dark. By the hour, every hour, I find myself getting lost in my own mirror visage, spinning and tumbling down my spiral staircase of daydreams like Alice through her rabbit hole. The hard floor, I hit a seat in my confessional when I land, and each time I say, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been too long since my last confession. I have only a few simple words for you. I miss my youth. I miss the days and the nights when my heart hadn't been so heavy, filled with cold rocks and pennies, isolated from my own smile. When my mind didn't expand halfway across the Atlantic, concocting delusions and excuses for my own self-negligence. I miss basking under the sunlight, gentle breeze inflating my clothes and my toes seeped into the sand and cooled. Now I spend far too much time missing and not enough time living. I spend days, caution sign taped to my back, spelling out the words collateral and everybody's problem. Yellow tape wrapped around my scars as I ooze toxic waste. Beware, I might bite. I spend nights watching the pages turn, wondering how I could have lived my day just a little differently, hoping to turn back time in order to earn sympathy from deaf ears, And as I eat myself inside just a little, I wonder when my mind might allow me to sleep. Some people dream with rose-colored glasses, while others see only black and white. My eyes drift off into the bright lights, peering into a kaleidoscope where I reminisce over when the world was beautiful.
Mar, I'm gonna need you to teach me how to wear turtlenecks. All right. Let's start off with Dr. Michelle Myers.
Mar, this is another wonderful poem filled with just beautiful descriptive language, great imagery, and then the metaphor of the kaleidoscope, right? Because we really go on this journey of this inner world, right? But this inner world is so dynamic, right? We go through so many different layers and levels, and we also get this sense of, I mean, the theme of nostalgia comes back in again, but as far as, you know, it starts off in a way where it's like, it seems as though it's hearkening to this sense of innocence, right? And missing those days where, you know, you look at the world in wonder and you know, and that reflects that innocence. But then it shifts into this other world, right? Where what you say is basically you're living too much in the past, that you're not really noticing the beauty in the present, right? And I think you do just such a beautiful job of taking us on that journey, right? And then, you know, bringing us back. We came in through the kaleidoscope and then we're coming back out, right, through the kaleidoscope. So beautiful, great job. Mm-hmm.
A lot of what Michelle just said, but I could really appreciate certain lines that just gave you that feeling. Before you said, like, I miss my youth, there was a line that you started off, like, smiles through foam and cotton candy. It just gives the feeling of nostalgia. It takes you there, like, you're in that moment. I circled, like, the beauty in, from what I got from it, like, the beauty and innocence and just the simplistic things that we can find joy in. And I appreciate that this was a little bit of a longer poem, so I feel like you did that for me. But because I really enjoyed listening to you, listening to how much description you give to your poetry. It's really dope, and thank you.
I'm going to build on what we've already heard and just say your beautiful descriptive language is going to stick with me. I already know the next time we have a full moon, I'm going to look up and think, the moon's pearl gaze, which is just such a beautiful phrase. And I was thinking about I also kind of got onto the foam and cotton candy clouds, and I was thinking about the sunrise this morning that was like very beautiful. So I just so appreciate the kind of softness and the beauty and the delicacy that you kind of describe, and then to kind of go inward and talk about how you're feeling. I was really moved. It was wonderful. Thank you.
So I would have to echo the sentiments that your ability to describe your sentiment, your life and your journey through innocence, through the complexities of maturity in life, and doing that through colors or the kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscopes are overlapping, and it's not sort of one-dimensional or just one way. And I think you were able to do that quite eloquently through the metaphors that you use. But at the end of the day, for me, it was a description of the transition from innocence, through the more complexities of an adult. So, congratulations. Mm-hmm.
Give it up one more time from Bar.
I don't do a lot of submitting my writing in the open. So to hear that people actually really did like it outside of like school, everyone else that I know, it was kind of nice. It makes me feel confident about my writing. I feel like kind of posting it more now that like I have such positive reviews.
We off to a great start, and let me not stop you here. So on deck we have Nam Kid, but coming up to the mic now, give it up for Naima, the self-love poet.
I sit still in contemplation because my mind is in need of elevation. Stuck between a million thoughts and being patient, wondering if the problem is my location. Deep down, I know they're inside of me, but I plaster on a smile to bring out a different side of me. Knowing these demons want to take the best out of me, it feels like a daily game of hide and seek. As soon as I think that I'm good, my brain tells me that I'm misunderstood. It could be the residual effects of growing up in the hood or people doing the opposite of what they said that they would. For as long as I can remember, they have been a part of me. Overthinking, that's just the start for me. I feel as though I can only expose a part of me in order to avoid being judged so harshly. She said, no. He said, no. My mind said, focus on the past because pain is the only thing guaranteed to last. But while they're looking, make sure you smile and laugh because the last thing you want to do is allow them to see you sad. But they tell you that you have to heal from your trauma. But they don't tell you what comes with it. They don't tell you that in the beginning it's hard to make simple decisions. They don't tell you that you have to give up on things and people you've been resisting, all to try to stay focused and achieve the full mission. Healing is painful, but they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that after trauma, your brain doesn't know how to react. They don't tell you that you'll sit for hours and reminisce about the people who treated you like crap. They don't tell you that you mourn the time that you wasted that you can't get back. Not only do you mourn the time, but you mourn the old you, the one who thought they were satisfied with the things that they would choose, the one who didn't recognize their potential or step into their truth, the one who would rather keep toxic people around and remain confused. Healing is not for the weak because it actually takes work. It takes you standing up for yourself and no longer tolerating what you don't deserve. It requires accountability for your actions before things get worse. In order to heal, you have to be willing to put your own needs first. They don't tell you that healing can become lonely as hell, especially when you're buying all the lies the ones you love would sell, realizing the people you thought you knew, you don't know very well, no longer able to hide behind the blinding of love's veil. With all that said, I'm proud of every single person who gets up the courage to choose, to switch some things up and begin to work on you. No, it's not easy, but I promise you it's worth it because the healed version of ourselves is the closest thing to perfect. So I sit still in contemplation because my mind is in need of a vacation, stuck between a million thoughts and being patient while still trying to love God's creations. Thank you.
You said in that poem that your mind is often sitting between a million thoughts. And I was wondering, what is your thought right now after that poem?
Relief.
I'm sure we all feeling that now because you moved us in such a way.
Thank you.
So we're going to start off with Alicia.
Naima, one of my favorite things about you is that not only is your performance powerful, but you make, like, while I'm listening to you, I'm asking myself some internal questions where I'm like, yeah. And then you go, and then with me feeling that, then you go back and you said, he said, she said, no, my mind said. And I'm like, Like, it's thought-provoking, and I can appreciate that because it's a lot of times where we could hear things at, like, face value, but not really take the time to say, hey, do I want to do this work? And I think that's the big thing about this piece. You're going to the other side of, yes, we have to go on this journey for self-love, but yes, we also have to do the work. So I appreciate being able to see both sides of that through your creativity. So thank you.
Yeah, that was really well said, and I would echo a lot of that to say your piece did some of my favorite things, right? So on its own, it is beautiful and insightful, and then it also took me inside, and I was thinking about, the healed version of yourself is the perfect version of yourself. That is incredible and something I need to be mindful of probably. And so just your insight on top of your performance, those layers come together to create something that is so beautiful and so powerful. I hope you feel really proud.
So, in a way, I guess in a big way, I'm kind of old school. I like the rhyming because I think it keeps you, you're focused on these different sections as you go through. So it enables somebody like myself to keep up with what you're saying and really paints a clear picture of what you're trying to say. I think you're using, pain, emotion, trauma, or describing those things as sort of the antidote to mental illness and, social, just social trauma, social tragedies. But it's also the pathway to self-love and awareness. So, again, congratulations, and keep it up. Very nice.
Yeah, another powerful performance and another powerful poem, right? And I'm going to echo much of what my fellow judges said. Like, I do agree. I think that, and I hadn't commented on this before, but your use of rhymes, you use it very deliberately, very intentionally, right? And they become like punctuation marks in your poem. You know what I mean? Like, we can talk about punchlines and so forth and so on, but these are more like punctuation marks and also giving us as an audience to really let what you've said like sink in. You know what I'm saying? And then the message, I thought it was really interesting, your selection, your piece selection today, because the first poem that you performed was a conversation with the daughter, right? The speaker of the poem is talking to the daughter. In this poem, the speaker is talking to themselves. And it's about that mental chatter, right? That mental chatter that we get caught up in, those thought loops, that analysis paralysis kind of stuff. And then how do we pull ourselves out of that? Right, to be able to engage in that process of healing like you're talking about. And so what you do for us is you model how we can do that, right? When we think we're caught up in those thought loops, we can pull ourselves back out, right? We have the power to do that. And that goes back to when we saw you at NERC, right? Like, stand in your power. That's your message, right? That's the message that you communicate in all of your poetry. Stand in your power. Don't let anyone else take your power away from you, right? Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Don't allow anybody to minimize you or to make you any less than who God created you to be. You got to step up, take your power, and run. Okay, get far away, because it's no healing as long as you're still in it. And you deserve to heal. You deserve a full life. You deserve to be happy.
God, so many moving poems. So many moving poets. Making moves like U-Hauls. All right, so I just thought that that was funny in my head. All right, cool. So with that being said, on deck is our poet PK Joey, but coming to the stage is Namki. Give her a round of applause until she gets to the stage. That's your name, right? Kid. All right, let's give a bigger and louder round of applause to Nam Kid. Did I say it right this time? All right, cool. All right, cool.
I hate white people, not for being white, but for what they will always have. For the things I will never get, for the fight they'll never have to fight, for the rights that was always theirs, to the dream that was always there. To the village that was burnt down to make space for them, not being able to take up what was theirs, being a threat when you do so. When black becomes a synonym for evil, unknown, uncivilized, rowdy, and animal needing to be controlled, I hate you for the color white, what it symbolized. Goodness, cleanliness, holiness, God's favorite, beautiful, the standard. Clashing swords at each other's throat, fighting for our home, your home, my home, a stolen home, an immigrant land, a slavery beach, a concentration camp, an everlasting genocide forming every generation. I hate you the same way you hate me, though for different reasons. You hate what you fear, I fear what I hate. We aren't the same in our thought process. I cannot speak to you this way. After the first sentence, I'm sure the whole point was missed. How can I say I hate you? How can I say I don't hate you when I hate you? Sorry. How can I say I don't hate you when I hate you? I don't blame you, and yet you still carry their blood on your hands. Whether it's through forced labor, incarceration, sex trafficking, gaps in our wages, doctors, nurses, cops, the knowingly stares you give a black autistic child. To less, so-called less trivial things like the N-word pass, bonnets, locks, braids, intimidation from my presence, stopping time to make sure you and your uncomfortability is noticed by me, having to shrink myself more so that I can be seen as whatever you want me to be. These things I named are harmless as I am and just as contradictory depending on the skin and land. Even if I were to be right or wrong, the fault will never be yours to carry, but yours to bury. Those who do not fit into your narrative, your type, your stereotype, your slave. I do not hate you. is simply all that you can be, an infinite storyline, a plot to be told numerous times that can be traced back to one of you who are not one of us, not one of me, and yet I'm supposed to see what you see? It's not about being black or white, I understand, but I hate you for saying that because it is about being black or white. We know it to be true. Saying what is or isn't doesn't stop the statistics you love bringing up, your reasoning for profiling as if you weren't the masters, the so-called creators who so-called built this land, a land that was never yours. I'm begging for you to understand. As an individual, I can never say I hate you and yet you hate me. What more can I do to make you see I am of no threat to you, to your nation? I hate your straight hair that's always pretty, the white skin that goes with everything, all the advantages you have in life, too, the so-called trivial things like the N-word pads, bonnets, locks, braids, intimidation from my presence, stopping time to make sure you and your uncomfortability is noticed by me. I still remember those things. Your personal choice is yours to make, but I can't seem to understand when I do it. It's called a mistake, a problem needing to be fixed when I was born this way. I do not hate you, but I certainly do. I hate you so much, but this isn't about you. And I wish I could tell you what it was, and even now I can't figure it out. But it always starts with white people. I hate you all. I hate white people for all that you are and to be, and yet you still can't seem to see why I do. That's it.
Keep it going for Nam Kid. All right. Second poem, second round. How you feel?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, you feel okay? Let's see how the judges feel. Dr. Shanaroni.
I think you should feel a lot better than okay. That was so powerful, and I think it is really, you took obviously a concept that is deeply complicated, deeply layered, and you did such a wonderful job of describing both through your language and through your delivery of kind of the futility sometimes of trying to talk through things and talk at through and beyond people and kind of past them. So I really especially enjoyed the passage around that started with our home, your home, and ended with Slavery Beach. I mean, that was so powerful. And then talking about how people want to see you and you want them to see you one way and you don't want them to see that whole contradiction. I feel like you did a really, really good job of putting all of that into one piece, and I'm just really impressed. I thought it was really wonderful.
Well, I think first of all, it's very powerful, so thank you. I think it's apropos to what we're going through right now with the election. You very eloquently describe the tension that's playing out through this election. I think you started it, what I heard, with whiteness as a metaphor for the evils of the world. I think you said it's not the person, it's the whiteness that is reflected, that's manifest through the person. Towards the end, once you've gone through the history, you said, there are people that I hate because you have manifest your whiteness in ways that are oppressive to me. And I think that's a real truism here in these United States of America. So congratulations, and that was great. Thank you.
Yeah, this is such a powerful piece. And I think that for me, what I really respected about this poem is how you came out with that very first line, right? I hate white people, right? And what you do is, and what is so impressive about you starting the poem with that line is you're saying, now I want to see if you hear what it is that I say. Like, are you caught up in just that first line that you're not hearing me, right? And you're not understanding what it is that I'm trying to communicate to you. Like, you're not understanding, like, what I'm bringing to you in this poem as far as, the history and, the decades, the centuries of oppression that people have experienced, you know what I'm saying? Going from the personal level out to, right, the micro level out to the macro level, the personal to the collective, and so forth and so on, right? And you have a callback to that later on in the piece too, like, you know what I mean? Like, are you really hearing me, or are you still only listening to me say, I hate white people, right? And so I think that is very, again, like a very impressive way to not only challenge your audience, but also hold them accountable to understand what it is that you're trying to communicate, right? I love the way that you delivered this. You delivered it in a very direct way, right? A very in-your-face way. But then there were also moments where you flipped things around, right? And you had your wordplay and so forth, and then you came back direct again, right? So it was almost this like, it was almost like watching a boxer move, you know what I mean? Like the, where you're jab, and then you come in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that's what I was watching and hearing too as you were performing this piece. So great job.
I just want to say this with all due respect. This reminds me of our great Michelle Myers, Listen Asshole. No, seriously, if y'all don't know Listen Asshole, everybody go look it up, listen to it. Just in the sense that it's a hate poem, but it's an informative poem. It's not a hate poem, it's an informative piece. I feel like if you only get caught up on the what I hate opposed to listening to what is the reason behind it and the things that you do in the accountability, which is why it reminds me a lot of that poem. I like your lines, your wordplay. I like the fact that you were able to stand 10 toes down and be like, yeah, I'm not fucking with this. And be able to put it into eloquent words, but still have your anger behind it because you deserve that. And keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate your whole delivery, and the entire topic altogether is something that we all need to hear and stand on. So thank you.
I was surprised about making it to the finals since this is my first time performing on a college level. I only ever performed in high school, and it's like for a talent show. So me performing my first time and making it to the finals the first time, it's a pretty cool experience. And I'm just trying to take it all in and not let it define who I am since I can become pretty competitive. But I'm just trying to enjoy it and not be so nervous.
Yes, yes, and more yes. On deck, we have Free Will. Give it up, give it up, give it up for P.K. Joey. I'm gonna keep clapping so these people get up here, all right? There you go.
This poem is called No Honor Amongst Fiends. Y'all niggas just smoke. My nigga, I cope. I take THC. He hate me. She hate me. Who else? Cause I'm pissed now. Tell me why the hell I shouldn't air this bitch out. Fuck being a bigger man, I'm a jet now. Since you wanna put your hands on my spliff, I'ma give you 10 seconds before you end up seeing life flash in front of your eyes just like this lighter. It's the fact you didn't give a fuck about a man and his plans to try and get high for the night. I'm not even man, I'm herb before, bitch. The herb was for me and me alone. Who said you could smoke? You smoke hookah hoe. You smoke just to get high. I smoke to get by. I tried to say bye, but I just came back to it. And fuck my health. And fuck my health, my mental breaking, and I meant to break in your crib for the dope. It nearly killed me, took a pot load, 13 strands so high, I wasn't sure if I would land. My last girl said she want a perk 10, so I had to get it, cause I love giving low life chances. I'd rather be a drugged out nigga than a nigga out of drugs. The plug died, so I got another plug. Ain't no honor amongst fiends. Thank you.
How you feeling?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, baby, it's all good. You in final round, baby. You ain't got nothing else to worry about. You gave us you. Now, let's see what the judges have to say. Dr. General.
So I think it was powerful. I think he displayed a world that many people are not familiar with. The issue of honor and values transcends social class and social status, and it even encompasses those who are dealing with some of the things that many of us would consider beneath what should be happening, amongst, social status individuals. So I think that's the value of spoken word, that it really it empowers, but it also displays for the world to see the lives and the experiences of many different type of people. So quite powerful. Congratulations. Keep it up.
Yeah, PK Joey, I really enjoy your delivery and your flow, right? I think that you have great cadence, right, as you're delivering your lines. I do appreciate how you bring musicality and, you know, in delivering your lines, you're finding the melody, right, in the language itself. And I really enjoy that. And this piece was, just as with so many of the other pieces that you've performed for us this season, just raw and honest, right? And giving us a snapshot of, you know, particular experiences that sometimes people either aren't aware of or don't want to be aware of. Do you know what I'm saying? And you expose it to us in a way where it's non-judgmental. You know what I mean? It's non-judgmental. It is what it is, right? And to recognize, you know, humanity in that, right? Even for whatever the situation is, in the rawness and in the honesty, right? And I feel like maybe you're a little disappointed in yourself or whatever. I know you were trying to, like, you know, off your phone and stuff like that, but I think you did a great job, and I think you should be proud of yourself. So thank you so much for this piece. Mm-hmm.
I really like the title, first of all. I like the fact that not with just this piece, but thus far, like hearing your poetry, your titles make me want to listen. And then I'm a nerd. So somehow, some way, like when I guess I'm like, okay. And then like somewhere around the middle, I'm like, oh, okay, okay. So I really like that you take the time to say, hey, this is what I want to call it, and this is where I'm going, and you stick to that. You had a line about like the mental break-in. I really like that line, and the low life chances line. I feel like it goes back to the title again. No honor amongst fiends, where you're talking about drugs and then saying I want to give somebody a chance, so even though they're considered a low life. I feel like you do a really good job at like bridging the gap to what we may see and may not have all the information on, but this is the reality behind it, because things are a lot different than what they appear. And I think you go into that other side of what they are versus what they appear. So thank you.
I also wrote down that I love the title, and I just think it works. It's so clever, and it really got me excited to hear what you had to say. Like other folks before me have said, I think your combination of your directness, your candor, and your lyricism kind of combine to let people into a world they may not otherwise see for whatever reason, and then express what's happening there in a non-judgmental way, but you still, like, your lines really hit, and you are left kind of feeling knocked out in a really good way after hearing your piece, so congratulations.
Spoken word, I mean, it's just like a way for me to say what I want to say in like a cool way, where it's like, even if it's deep, even if it's personal, if I can make it sound cool to you or to me, then I get the biggest joy for that. Like, that's why I do it.
Keep it growing, keep it flowing, keep it grooving, keep it moving. We have on deck Ava. But coming to the stage now, give a big round of applause for Free Will. Man's done took the jacket off. It's serious now.
Oh, yeah. It's really cold in here, though.
Word.
What's up, everyone? So once again, my name is Free Will. I just wanted to thank y'all for being here this afternoon. And just wanted to say that it's truly an honor to share the stage with all these phenomenal poets who have already performed today, and some of who have yet to go second. So I'm excited to see what y'all bring forward as well. Oh yeah, if y'all like what I'm doing today, I'm part of a hip-hop group called Mandala Effects. You can check us out at Mandala Effects 420. This next one I have for you is also for my mom. So if y'all like the first one, I hope you like this second one too. Mama, I'ma be honest. Sometimes I lose faith in the darkness. The people around me acting heartless. The ignorance, the killing, the children starving, the villains controlling the strings of the market. I can hear the hounds of hell barking. But you told me to do right even when the world do wrong. That righteousness was its own reward. Putting some words from the book of Psalms to a song taught me to always put others first, no matter the cost. To myself, when someone needed help, you were there to help. To swim out of this sin, you need to be like Michael Phelps. I've been to hell, I seen it. Walked through the depths, felt death in a needle's caress. Smoked meth, but I escaped and I'm blessed. Still, I'm ashamed at the way I behaved. Strung out on the floor, wish you never seen me that way. The price that I paid for cocaine lines and good times that I flushed down the drain. Like that time you found my weed in 8th grade. You know, some things never change. I still blaze every day. Mama, you taught me how to be afraid, but you showed me the way to be brave. Thank you.
So you said you're in a band. So what part do you play in the band?
Oh, like it's like a hip hop group. So I'm
Oh,
like
so-
the MC.
You the MC?
Yeah.
But you were doing some singing earlier too. So
Well, like any good MC has to have a little melodic stuff, you know.
okay,
I sing and stuff too, but you know, it's all about you got to pack as much words in as possible, you know, right? Like singers don't say enough, you know.
Okay, all right. Oh, I ain't trying to start no beef between singers and MCs here on the show. But let's see how the judges feel. We're going to start off with, I believe we're at Dr. Myers. Here we go.
Yeah. Free Will, I really like the Dear Mama vibe that you're bringing with us, for us today. I really enjoyed both of your poems. I think that as far as your delivery, I always enjoy your delivery, right? Like you definitely, in terms of your style, you have, your own distinctive flow, right? You bring your hand gestures in, you have great stage presence, you have wonderful charisma when you come up there, you do own the mic, right? I love how you give us context before you share your poem. And for this particular piece, I think that it's a very relatable piece, once again. And I also think that in terms of the message of this piece, right, we're loving our mothers because of that unconditional love, right, that they give to us. Like, we're not perfect. And, to be able to have a mother who is able to see us, right, in all the ways that we are, right, and to acknowledge what a blessing that is, right. And so I really appreciated that message that you brought for us today. So thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
To piggyback off what Michelle said, all I could hear is when I was young, me and my mama had me like, I was listening,
Yeah.
but your voice and the tone, I'm like, okay, Will Pack, I see you. No, but seriously, I really enjoyed the lines. When you started off, it was a really powerful line. Sometimes I lose faith in the darkness, and just being able to feel that and understand what that means. To swim out of the sin, you must be Michael Phelps. Like, it's these lines that you have, like, just the challenge, the book of Psalms to a song, good times line. You have so many lines impacted into this piece, but it's also an homage to your mom, which I can appreciate so much. And I thank you, not just for sharing that with us, but also the vulnerability in that as well. So, good job.
Free Will, I want to speak to the contrasts in this piece, because you're getting into such kind of heavy topics, but you're doing it through your delivery and your kind of direct language in this way that like makes your own resilience very clear, because you kind of maintain this like warmth and clarity that it's like that really is an interesting contrast to the depth of what you're talking about. And I just really enjoyed that. I think this was a really powerful and moving piece.
So I would just echo the dear mom part. I think we all want to be loved by our moms. We want our moms to be proud of us. And I think you took us on a journey to explain that there may have been some things that others may not have necessarily been proud of, but your mom, because she loves you, you know that she was going to love you no matter what. And I think that was the hope that you have in delivering this. I think your flow was extremely melodic, to use your terms, and your words were biting. They hit hard. But with that theme of mom, we all understand that. I always remember the Prince song, Something in My Mother, She Never Satisfied. That's like a phrase that lives with me forever. Moms have to be satisfied. You want to know that they're satisfied no matter what. Good job. Thank you.
This is my first time doing like a spoken word type context. I thought it would be a good way to make some connections with other people who enjoy working with words, and yeah, so I thought it would be a cool thing to try and expand my horizons.
On deck, we have Lady O. Coming to the stage now, we have Ava. Let's give a round of applause as Ava walks on stage.
Thank you. This piece is called You, in parentheses, Queen of Broken Hearts. Fuck you. Fuck what you got going on. Fuck who you're seeing. Fuck how you see yourself. This is how I see you. You're scared and impulsive and a hypocrite. You're a child, speech riddled with hiccups, tongue too big to pronounce your words right, but you're so loud. You won't shut the fuck up. You think you're special? You think you're all that? I thought that too once, now look where I'm at. I searched for you in every person I met, which is stupid considering I didn't even look for you in the first place, and now I'm last in your ass race? Me? Since I ain't wanna give this up to you, you can't find the time to move your thumbs and tap on the screen? To me? Nigga, maybe I shouldn't have put my faith in you in the first place, since I know you can't do at least that, since I know at least one of your thumbs is in your mouth, you baby, babbling in incoherent, incomprehensible, unintelligible words about how you're so great, and maybe you'll have a baby and be on top of the world, and maybe you'll have relations with someone else who drives you crazy in the best way, but I hope you reach for the stars only to find out you weren't even good enough for the ceiling. I hope you chase your dreams, stumble, fall, and break your front tooth, and after, when you get ice cream to ease your boo-boo, you baby, when you call your mom and you tell her how the dreams were going too fast and how that rock came out of nowhere, I was the one that threw it. I hope your exposed nerves hit the cold cream and you wait even to be saved, but you can't even enjoy that. Tell that to your mommy. But you know what? It's fuck you, and fuck me for even seeing something of you in the first place. How could I have missed that? I'm the shit, and you're not even the shit on my shoe. Shit, I'm that bitch, and you're just another dog. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Nigga, I'll sting like a bazooka when you see the likes of me, bitch. I'll sting like a nuke when you're in my vicinity. Mushroom cloud bloom so big, I'll blow your mom like shrooms. Or like a vacuum of space, I'll implode you, boom, ho, there goes your head. Or wait, did you even have one in the first place? When we talked that small talk that normal civilized people do when you said, we're going so deep, ho, we weren't even in the kiddie pool. The water was barely to your feet, and yet you were flapping around like a fish without his fin. Embarrassing! And how embarrassing was it for me to accept this, to want this? I should have just stepped over you, or better yet, stepped on you. I dance on you like I'm on Step It Up, stopping and scraping and squishing and spitting on the ground when you lay, and then I'll have a dog come over and piss on the ground when you lay. Bitch, I'm through. 'Cause it's fuck you till you die, and then I'll come over and piss on your grave too. Checkmate.
Some people might say you chose violence, but I believe you chose liberation. How you feel?
Power to the people!
One of the things that they teach you in like any performance workshop that you're in is how to demand the crowd with a whisper and with a roar, because that's what lions are able to do in the jungle. They're able to command the whole jungle with just a whisper or a roar, and I feel like you do that so well. Like, what came to the conclusion of having just such a conversational voice that is able to project to such a big audience at the same time?
I was just mad. Like, like when you're mad, you have to get stuff out. Like, that's what I was doing.
Okay, cool. Let's see, do the judges like what you was doing today? We're going to start off with Alicia.
You know, when we get up here, we try to use all the cute words. Well, I do. I get up here, I try to use all the cute words and the terminology, but I got to go back to my norm. You read them the fuck down. Like, this was a perfect read. Like, I need to hold that for the next time a homie slide in my inbox and burn me out. Like, here. Like, this was, we can talk about all the things, the wordplay, the rhyme scheme, your flow, your humor, taking pain in the title, you, Queen of Broken Hearts. So you intentionally taking pain, finding power, and then turning it into humor and taking your power back in that whole process of this poem. I can always appreciate that because heartbreak is not something that we look at and be like, hey, ha, 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 this is funny. But being able to take the power and change the narrative and stand on your own too is always good. So good job.
My God, I would like the audio file for this so I can send it to 5 to 10 people right off the top of my head. I loved that you were able to harness what was clearly like powerful and useful rage in a really direct way, but also I think we all know people who use that rage and become incoherent. Your rage was sharpened like a laser on the person who most deserved it. And some of your lines were just incredible. And I think, at first I thought, ooh, speech riddled with hiccups. And then there were 20 more that really kind of got to me. And I love the idea about, how fast can you move your thumbs over a screen? Like, give me a break, you can't text me. So the last thing I would say is I love that you're it's about him, it's about this person, it's about this person, it's about this other person, and then you kind of bring it back for a second to yourself to say, what about me for wanting that? And I thought that moment of introspection in the midst of all of this was also just perfect. Well done.
So this comes on the heels of Free Will and Mother Love. This is the opposite. This is what happens when mama takes care of their baby boy. And I think that's what I was hearing, that this level of immaturity was tied directly to, quite frankly, mother's love, not allowing them to grow up. I always say, you're raising somebody's husband, somebody's father, not your big-ass baby boy. And I think that came through your own criticisms of yourself and why you were in that relationship. To say it was cathartic is an understatement. And I think, your delivery, the comedic genius, was riveting. So congratulations. I thought it was spot on.
Yeah, I think this was a wonderfully brutal poem. And it was like you gave us the handbook on how to tear somebody down, right? Like when you're, really angry with them in terms of a relationship. And I agree with what Dr. Rooney said as well, the level of control that you had in terms of expressing your anger, right? That controlled rage. And, there was just so much in this poem. It was just all of the wordplay, all of the metaphors, right? The way that you turned phrases, around on each, the one that I wrote down was, but there were so many of them, right? Was, I hope you reach for the stars and see you weren't good enough for the ceiling. I was like, oh my God, right? And also going back to what Alicia said, right? This is a kind of when you hear it, it's like an oh shit poem, you know what I mean? When you're hearing it, you're like, oh shit, she said that, And so I really appreciate this because it also shows us a different side of you than what we've seen with all of your other poems. We've been talking about oh, how you come in, you're the quiet storm, da da da, whatever. Not to say you didn't have the undercurrent of anger in some of your other pieces, but in this one, you kind of owned it. You owned it more, So really great job. Powerful poem.
Communicating with yourself is the first step that I would absolutely urge anyone to do if they're trying to up their communication skills. When you silence anyone, but especially when you silence yourself, you're not giving room for your thoughts to process and unfold in a way that makes sense when you're speaking. So giving yourself the time, the grace, and the kindness to say what you want unfiltered the way you want it to is really the first step, period.
Poet on deck is Black Cancer. Coming to the stage now is Lady O. There you go.
Sak passe tout le monde. You guys are getting good. My name is Lady O. Please come back to the motherland. See, you've been gone for a few generations. I have not forgotten you, though you have forgotten me. See, you've forgotten the movements and the rhythms and the vibrations of Mother Nature. But here, today, I have gathered those who I deem worthy the honor to restore the ancient, the primal, sacred art of dance. Allow me to ease your mind, body, and soul into a mindless state of pure, unadulterated ecstasy. And with this release, we shall sow the seeds of human empathy, love, compassion, and social consciousness through the ancient, the primal, sacred art of dance. Do not fear the call from the source, for I am your guide, the vessel of our Creator. I am the voice of your nomadic ancestors, the link to your hidden past. Together, tonight, we shall defeat and transcend the psychological shackles of the modern-centric man through the ancient, the primal, sacred art of dance. Béni soit l'Éternel, gloire à Jésus. Thank you.
I don't care the results about this contest today. I need you to read audiobooks. I need you to record audiobooks. I have an Octavia Butler novel. I want to hear your voice too. You have such good inflection and clear decisions of how you want your voice to sound throughout the poem. It's great, but wow, I don't want to say too much because the judges have a lot more to say. Dr. Guy.
Ooh, this was a tough one. Beautiful, beautifully delivered, expertly constructed. Again, we're back to the mother theme as metaphor, in this your case, as a vessel that we all must go through to live out our lives and to become part of humanity. That's the way I took it. So I think it was beautifully presented, and of course your presentation gets extra points for that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like I'm transported as soon as you come up to the mic. I mean, as soon as we step into space, we can feel your energy. You know what I mean? Like, we can feel it. I think that it permeates through the entire space. And I just really love how you fully commit. Like, before you even come up to the mic, you're already in the zone. And the thing about that is, and I just want to make sure that I clarify what I'm trying to say there is, you're giving us a performance, but there's never a moment where you're questioning the authenticity that this is you. You know what I mean? Like it's a performance, but it's authentically you, right? And so I appreciate that, and it's so powerful, right? And again, right, I think for me, for this piece, as far as the messaging, because I've loved the messaging of all of the poems that you've shared so far on Drop the Mic this season, but I think for me, like what really resonated for me was how you embodied the ancestral voice in this poem. Do you know what I mean? The ancestral voice calling out to us and pulling us back, right? Yeah. So thank you so much. Very powerful. Mm-hmm.
Just to piggyback off of what Michelle said, on top of that, it was the movements also. Like you embody your movements, your words, and then you'll move with them. And then to take, transcend psychological shackles. I think that's really deep, but it's not that you just said that. It's when you said it, it was almost like, I'm trying to remove myself from, like, that is really powerful. Like, making sure everything that you do is meaningful, your voice, your word choice, how you move and how it's presented to the audience. I think you specifically do those things, but it's also very authentic to who you are. And that's why I can appreciate it even more.
I'm going to repeat probably a lot of the themes that we've heard already. Just say, I am so impressed by your control of your instrument. And you've been so intentional, not just with your words and your movements, but your presentation, your delivery. And I also wrote psychological shackles just because that's such a great turn of phrase. I really loved it. I think you embody the spirit of what you're talking about in a really authentic way. And I think you should be really proud.
It was a intense competition. The other artists were incredible. It was such an honor to meet people who are just as passionate about spoken word. And now I'm here to, to sum it all up, right? So we'll see. Like the best of the best is present today.
So poet on deck is Mel Love. Coming to the stage now is Black Cancer. There you go. Y'all need to bring this up.
Yes, sir. Do up just a little bit more. Cause I'm moving around. So do. So many people are dying to live. How many of us are living to die? So many people are dying to live. How many people are living? This piece is called Living. Sobriety boring, undoubtedly snoring my time away. Though I dollar chase and knock off my courses, I'm feeling vexed. And though this shit is in arm reach, don't want weed and Bacardi to calm me, to relieve stress. See, I'm the type to feel I shouldn't need that. I'd rather give my issues human tissue so I spleen crack and paralyze. See, I'm listening to Trap or Die, thinking how to stack up high. I'm trying to live sweeter than people with diabetes who still be eating apple pie. I'm feeling down, so I have to rise. My mental practice volcano exercise is, and I spit lava for all the have-nots and wish-shotters who lack guap but never quit trying. When I stack blocks, I'ma give dollars back to those that show love and without us. Cause it's a lonely dinner table catering to one. If all eat, then ain't none vacant from grub, and take is the love. And I need it so I can sleep better without anesthesia. Cancer been bleeding for years, I'm teared. I dropped in the whip clear. Cheers, and your bitch adhere. How I stick shift gears and I'm speeding. Cause the bliss got a nigga weeded. High off life, care less if you succeeding. I tell you, bitch, beat it. Mike Jack rocks while I glory hit. The slide is a nice jackpot. I'm slum living, but refuse to die the fuck in it. I shoot for the sky, dump biscuits. I lust living, successful while I hunt chicken. Cause being dead broke, I won't get it. How you live, living. For today, tomorrow, and next. I heard the sky was the limit, so the stars I invest in. A nigga going, I don't know about an exit. See, the shame, the games that lanes play, you better exit out. Do a 360 or change lanes for you. Box with a winner. When I connect, feel your body stretch like wee hours of the morning when a body rests. Power set, 99. My station play to win till percentage is $1 dime. God, cash streams, it floats my boat, the ravine. I stroke every note by note in the cash stream. Your genesis was bad dreams, so the end of your road is like an engine of hose, it lack cream. That's a nightmare, Freddy. You on Elm Street, find me on Saturn with 12 freaks. Imagine how my mail reach. It's an obstacle. But for you, you let your demons conquer you. You can't even wear proper shoes, suffering from hell's feet. Your smell reeks. I need God by my side at all times, so immaculate I shall be. Niggas greasy, dire, slimy deaths, snail sleep. Went from being hard-headed just like the shell sneaks to living life experience like a Dutch and Haley. So I'm lit it up, real chief. Pocket still on point. I'm feeling real peaked. You feel me? I got one life to live. I mix the pain with the love and I spike this shit like Radio Raheem. Do the right thing. I'm living, dig?
Keep it going for Black Cancer. You like the way I did that, didn't you?
King.
Exactly. Shaking it all. Anyway, let's take it to the judge table because I know you worked out up here. Michelle, Dr. Michelle Myers, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is such a powerful piece. And, you know, I do love the way that you deliver all of your piece, all of your lyrics, right? There's so much shifting, there's so much wordplay, right? The transitions from one flow to the next, right? You take us through all of that. And, you know, and I really love how sometimes you flow and then sometimes you stop. And then we have to stop with you, and then you keep going, you know? And as an audience, I think that part of that is also for us to stay engaged and stay with you in the present moment, right? And I also love how there's just so much sound, there's so much different sound. Just if I'm thinking about just how the lyrics and how your delivery sounds, there's so much, but it all works together. And then like even in the middle of the piece where you go into a melody, right? And there's a little bit of singing, right? It shows so much range for you in terms of your delivery style. And then I think for me, as far as this message, you know, life is a struggle. Life is a struggle, but we still work hard, right? We still work hard and we still have our dreams and we still have our aspirations. We do our best to take care of ourselves and take care of the people that we love, right? And, you know, the couple things that I wrote down that stood out to me, of course, you set us up for the beginning of this poem or these lyrics by saying so many people are dying to live, how many people are living to die, right? So that sets us into the frame of mind for this piece. And then I also thought that, you know, one of the lines that was close to the end kind of encapsulated the point of this piece too. I mixed the pain with the love. I spiked this shit. Yeah, yeah, I spiked. So you like bringing that in at the end, like pulled it all together, right? Pulled it all together as far as the message of this piece. Great poem. Yeah.
One of my favorite songs are the combination of Biggie and Pac, Dying to Live, Living to Die. I think you did that on like steroids though. Like I quote myself again. Here we go, me writing all these lines down. I really like your energy. I really like your wordplay. Human Tissues was fire. Diabetes, Apple Pie. The Cancer line was crazy. Genesis was Bad Dreams. That was fire. 90 Kids. If y'all not 90s kids, y'all might don't get it. But I'm aging myself. That was fire. That was a really dope line. The line that Michelle mentioned that you ended it off, and then slum living, refusing to die in it. It's just like some of the things you say, the rhyme and the word, but just like the musicality to the word, your emotion, and there's no beat playing. So it's in everything that you're doing with your body, your mouth, your delivery of the words. And I think that this was fire. And this took everything that we probably said in the past, and you corrected it and said, hold on, I got you. So.
Yeah, I gave up trying to write down all the lines that I was like after. I mean, I lust living. I love that. The Rady Raheem thing, love that. And eventually kind of gave myself over just to like, all right, I'm not even going to try to pull out some of these individual words or phrases because the whole experience together and the combination of those lines and those words and the motion that you brought to it was so powerful that it's like, I want to dive back in and then go back in again and then hear it again just to kind of pull out different things. So there's so much going on. It was really successful.
So you're a true MC, and you already know that. The way you took control of the mic, the way you took control of the room is something to be appreciated. I mean, I'm a fan of the wordplay. I think the biggest piece I guess to take around, I feel like take away is this was a lyrical exercise that I felt like I had a chance to witness right there, right? And the way I wrote this down, it was like a drop top, wind in my face, shifting gears in traffic, and that in itself, that's living. Appreciate it.
I have the history of cancer in my family, in like my family tree. That's one. Two, I'm actually a Cancer. I'm born on July the 3rd, so I'm a Cancer man. Three, am I on 2 or 3? I done lost count. I think I'm on 3 or 4 actually. But anyway, the next thing is, when it comes to cancer, when it comes to the summer, I feel like it brings out the best in people. So me being a Cancer or being called Black Cancer, I just feel like I'm going to give you the best material because I'm taking life in from one month to another. But in the summertime, I get real active. I'm an active person as it is.
Generals had to step out since he's the president of the college and he's a very busy person. Can we just give it up for Dr. Darren Litzcomb for stepping in for Dr. Generals? He's the Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management, and we're just really happy to have him with us this afternoon. So thank you so much.
To be quite honest, I wasn't even going to mention it. I was just going to keep going and
No,
just
no,
like
no,
let him figure it
no,
out
no,
at
no.
home.
We wanna-
I was going to say his name. Yeah, I was going to say his name.
No, we wanna
I just
welcome
wasn't-
him
it was
to the
like,
room.
yeah, no, he's been here the whole time.
No,
Just
we
let the
wanna
people in
welcome
the
him to the
comments
room.
figure it out. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, ladies and gentlemen, and those who identify otherwise, we have 4 more poets left in the final round. Y'all still here with me? Fantastic, fantastic. So, on deck, we have Haley, but coming up to the mic now, give it up for Mel Love. If only we could play copyrighted music, because I know what I'd play right now. Never mind.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Mel Love. One thing about Mel Love is the month of November, I'm thankful and so grateful of this month and all year round, too. So I wrote a poem. It's called Thank You. Thank you to the people who hated on me. I'm grateful for the fact you motivated me. I'm dedicated to advocate for me, even if I have to fabricate it. I have something special for you all to enjoy. The chocolate sensation for your minds, oh boy. Thank you, everyone. You're just like a guiding light, Delville McCoy. Thank you, advisors and professors, for counting on me and giving me slack. Thank you for the advice you encountered by praising me with a tap on my back. I'm no longer devastated. Now my motive is to get back on track. I'm thankful that love is in the air for me to share. A smile on my face is what I wear. Thank you, financial aid and HR, for handing out resources and getting us paid and going up on the raise, and as for much I praise you. I have opportunities and choices, but I have it forcefully planned out and I got it made. Thank you, faculty staffing, for the resources for showing your true colors. I made one mistake, I will not make another. Thank you for everyone for guiding me to help me expand. I have a poetic speech I hope you understand. It fluently comes from the heart. Where do I finish? Where do I start? My words, as they simultaneously fall apart. Thank you to everyone, for wiping my fears and tears, letting me know you'll always be there. I also want to say thank you to a man, because I want to say that to him, excuse me, Mr. Man, if there's something you need me to do, I'm not your model, I'm not your maid. No, Mr. Man, I'm definitely not thankful that I'm not getting laid. And there you go, just strutting your stuff. More reason why what you have is enough. Thank you, Mr. Man, for getting yourself tight and calling yourself Mr. Right. You can flash me your shoes and stuff, I can flash mine too. More reason I don't need you. Then I say thank you to me that I found out where I am. I'm a truly person who knows she can, who wants her inside out and her outside in, so she can discover the person she is within. As I look around and I look in the mirror, I struggle to see the person I'm really giving in to be. It's easy to give in and say no and choose which way to go. When will I make this true connection? Or when will y'all see this true reflection? Thank you. I hope y'all silently hear me clearly, and I hope that it's very, very much that I can barely. Thank y'all.
Give it up to Mel Love for showing real love. Ow, ow, ow. All right, she needs like a CCP deal too, because she been wearing the merch like through all out, like, yeah, I mean, you see, like, y'all, come here, with, you know, especially if you go to CCP, make sure you cop your community college of Philadelphia merch.
The yellow is bright and it shines a light.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Go Lions. All right. Alicia.
Mel Love, I appreciate, as we already said, I appreciate your energy. I appreciate that every time you come up on stage, you do your thing and, you know, unapologetically. I really enjoyed that as you was spitting, you was looking up, but when you put that paper down, your head started popping. Mm-hmm. You was giving attitude. Mm-hmm. It was the roll in the neck. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna tell you, as soon as you hit that man line, you was like, hold on, let me eat him up real quick. And just like you snapped into it. I really enjoyed the energy that you brought to this poem, and also the content. I think that it's not a lot of people that's like going to sit down, take the time to write and say how appreciative they are of their learning experience. They might look at the negatives and say, this was some BS, I had to go through all these things, but they don't really take the time to appreciate people for their time, their energy. But then to also go back on the negatives and be like, hold on, I went through this, but I overcame it. So I think you do a really good job at just talking about your life, your process, and then taking it through like a positive perspective. So it was a really good job. And thank you for the attitude. Indeed.
You just said it. That's the best way to describe this piece. And so I really loved how vulnerable and open you were. And of course, yes, we love hearing that you had a great experience in a lot of ways. And you start with such open kind of humility and gratitude. But then for me, it was the transition when you went into the Mr. Man passage, because then you went from here's what I've learned and here's where my gratitude has got me to, but don't like get it twisted. I've also got my own self-confidence and you're not gonna walk on me. And I feel like watching that transition was the most gratifying part of this piece for me. So I really loved it. Congratulations.
I appreciate the straightforwardness of it. I appreciated that thank you to me. Like that transition is already stated. I mean, I think that's like, again, a story of self-discovery, really, when you sum it all up. And so anyway, appreciate that all. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And then, I just really love that today you came with this message of like showing love to CCP, right? And yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, and we're so happy to have had you on Drop the Mic this season. And it's just been such a joy. I did want to ask you, are these new poems?
Yeah, I threw whatever wasn't on paper in there. I threw that off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like that paper, it was preparable, but
Mhm.
I didn't even need it with the flow,
Yeah.
Ocean of the ocean,
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about that because it sounds like, you wrote these poems specifically for today to show your love to CCP. And
I
so
worked on all the week during
Aw.
during class and work and stuff in the midst of all that. So I'm getting prepared for like a poetry essay anyway. So I had to throw that in there.
Well, thank you for doing that for us. Thank you for doing that for CCP and for sharing it for the first time here on Drop the Mic, for blessing us with those poems. So thank you so much for that. I do agree that when you got into your flow, like it was like, seeing you back at the Northeast again, you know what I mean? So thank you so much, Mel Love.
Give it up one more time for Mel Love.
I feel like I'm a very inspirational person, so I feel like my message to everybody who I encounter with is very motivational, and then they inspire me to also be motivational to myself. And I'm glad I made it to the finals. I kind of knew I was going to make it. It was like something that was like I knew, and I also was, happy and excited, that I'm moving forward, and that's something I could be proud of.
3 more poets in the final round, and we're going to crown ourselves a winner. Up on deck, we have Lil Rock, but coming to the mic now, we have Haley.
This poem is titled Rain. The pains of sadness cut my fingers, of the stained glass window of life, of hopes and dreams past, torn and ripped from my heart, that create the constellation of me. The days of who I was, distorted in my mind, arose with petals on the ground, a monster in the brain, a dagger in the stomach, pushed deeper by my own hand. Time ticking by, a numbing gray draped over the vibrant image, a storm that brews but never dissipates. The clouds crack, each strike meant to kill. A balloon floats into the eye, its fragile surface stretched of broken bones and a damaged soul, but it's still tethered to the ground, a weightlessness, being weighed down by the smell of cinnamon and an ever-rising sun. Inside, the thoughts bubble, threatening to break the only thing that's louder than the sky. But the words stick in my throat like honey. God, claw them out with brittle fingernails that break as I peel the words from my tongue. The saliva-coated message dampened with desperation, the somber words that echo in the rain. To never be heard even inside my own head, and hope that this final step off the mountain's ledge is the one that'll make me fly. The drops of rain are silent as they fall. Only when they crash into the ground does their pitter-patter come alive. Thank you.
Haley. All right. How you feeling? That was the last poem you delivered to us, delivered to the people at home, delivered to the people in the room. You've released it all.
I did.
And now let's see what the judges have received, starting off with Dr. Shannon Rooney.
So Haley, I loved your delivery, and just you really, I felt every word you said, every phrase you used, and I think it really added to kind of the emotion of receiving your message. And I wrote down a whole bunch of phrases: the constellation of me, the monster in the brain, the storm that brews but never dissipates. Like, these are, what I love about it is it's like your piece, you're always building to something. It almost crashes, it almost releases, and that build up is really, it's so energetic and so full of power, and it kind of leaves you feeling exactly the way I suspect you want us to feel. So I thought it was really powerful. Thanks.
And I would agree. I mean, I think, it starts, that build-up starts from the first line. The pain of sadness cuts my fingers. Like, and the sincerity in it all. Like, the sincerity that you hear through it all to the very end. The drops of rain are silent as they fall, ... that sticks with you. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, very powerful imagery. I really loved how you used the imagery as a way to reflect what was this inner turmoil that's going on, right, for the speaker of the poem. And just as Dr. Lipscomb and Dr. Rooney said, like the way in which you built up the imagery to where we get to, you know, the end of the poem, to the climax of that poem, and how you use that, the silence of the rain, but then it's the crashing where it's that's where the sound of the pitter-patter of the rain, right? That's where the pitter-patter comes alive, right? That's something of what the last line is. So I think that, you know, having that, the opposition of that is very powerful as we come to the end of the poem, because we want to see how it's going to end, right? And so you taking us on this journey through all this descriptive imagery, again, was very, very powerful. Thank you. And very emotional delivery, too. Very good.
First of all, thank you for the contrast in this piece. I think you have, like, throughout the pieces, some particular parts that just stick in my mind, and just the ideology of it. So, like, just like the concept of a storm brewing, but never, like, fully coming to life, but never also leaving. It never dissipates. Like, the contrast in those, like, hold on. And then it was a line where you said the words are stick to your throat like honey, but then having God call them out. Like, the contrast between those two ideas is really dope, and you find a way to bring, and then to come back around with the crash and the pitter-patter at the end. You do it throughout the poem so well, and throughout your writing also, between your descriptions and your word choices, I just get caught up in the delivery, and I'm like, you're a really, 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 really dope, talented writer and a performer. Keep doing it. You're amazing. I'm glad you came to share your poetry with us, and keep up the good work. You're welcome.
Face reveal. No.
I feel like I would tell people growing up now that, like, it's okay to not know things. It's okay to, like, still have goals and dreams, but it's okay if those change and if those grow over time, and if you don't end up where you thought you were.
You're gonna come back on CCP campus like next year. Hey, he's not gonna have a mask on. You won't know who she is. It's gonna be great. We got 2 MCs closing us out. All right, so y'all ready for some bars? Wow. Is this an AA meeting in here? Are we not? We're not. All right. Y'all ready for some bars? Fantastic. Closing us out will be 9-5, but coming to the mic now, give it up for Lil Rock.
So for this song, I got a title, but I'm gonna give it to y'all last because I don't want y'all to think about the title more than the song. All right. How to be a man? What's the right way to be a man? We all heard the shit before. A girl can't raise a man. Soul took bullet to his head. It's not fair they die and live again, walking dead. Hold on. It's not fair they die and live again, walking dead. It's on my mind, I gotta say it. Many people he could've checked, but why me? Thinking that I'm still in broke that bond, it hurt me. To the point I empty pockets, niggas search me. Grandma ain't like me Muslim, yeah, she tried to church me. Thinking about July, bro died in surgery. I gotta ask, is they okay so they can ask me? They never text a call. Bro, closer to the basket, I'ma pass the ball. 4th and goal, distract the defense, let bro run point. Grandma teaching less, 4th and goal, distract the defense, let bro run point. Grandpa teaching lessons, his words he learned in the joint. She classy, bougie, bad, no dick, she fell in love with toys. Alright. 4th and goal, distract the defense, let bro run point. Grandpa teaching lessons, his words he learned in the joint. She classy, bougie, bad, no dick, she fell in love with toys. She like her niggas low key, I'm buying cardigans. Limits, can you tell me what's on and off again? Grab her ass, she said, Rock, you getting off again. Long leg pop, yeah. Mad Pop on Krusky, new bro for 10 plus. Grandma said, little she left. Day by day, what if I'm next? Humble from the ground, I never flex on you. You knew me, I ain't the same Rock from middle school. Lost friends, went through hell, figured out life is cruel. Also beautiful, rapping, no capping, you don't gotta judge me, dude. Instead of stuck up, I started laughing, cause they come with questions I can't answer, don't know what he said, your stomach temper. We both hot, she the only one that thinks she get the fanning. Don't want it, but we ain't tryna start, we ate bologna sandwich. Oh, we ain't bologna sandwich. We all heard the shit before. A girl can raise a man. Soul took bullet to his head. It's not fair they die and live again, walking dead. Grandma know I'm tough, but sometimes, yeah, she do be scared. Focus on your rap. Finish what you doing, Rock. Oh, no. Grandma know I'm tough, but sometimes she be scared. Focus on your rock. Finish rap, please get out your head. Phone about to die, can't even get my verse out. Going through it, not feeling good to bring the worst out. Switching lanes in the GLE, we almost swerved out. Call my raps Hellcat 360 burn now. So lost for words on certain shit, can't get the words out. Respect my company. One more thing, my last thing, thanks to CCP. Grandma Mo, she love Beyonce, she see J in me. She see J in me. Thanks.
Well, we was talking behind the scenes, and you had said you're Little Rock, and your father is what?
No, they don't call him Big Rock. They just call him Rap.
Oh, they just call him Rock? Right. Do he rap as well?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I was just curious. All right, so we are starting off with Michelle Myers? Oh, no, I'm sorry. All right, Doctor, let's go.
I say, I appreciate the story, the reflection that I saw throughout the story. I ain't the same Rock from middle school. I hear you. I love it. You slid it in there. I kept seeing that theme around with grandparents as a part of that reflection, and that line that really stuck with me. Grandma trying to church me, despite some apparent differences there. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you.
Lil Rock, you're such a great lyricist, right? And I think what I really appreciated about this song, the lyrics that you shared with us today, is you really took us into your own personal process. Do you know what I'm saying? Like seeing how you see the world around you, and then how you are trying to make sense of that, you know what I mean? And you're making sense of that through your lyrics, right? How you're writing it, how you're writing these things down, how you're retranslating them for yourself in your head, and then how, you know, if you're able to, in a space like this, be able to share that with an audience, you know what I'm saying? So that we can have a little bit of understanding about how you view the world. And so I really appreciate how you do that for us. And I also, if I didn't already say this, like, you know, in addition to you being a great lyricist, I really appreciate and enjoy the musicality that you bring to the delivery of your lines. You know what I mean? Like you're very aware of how you are sounding as you're delivering, you know, each as you're spitting your lines. And so I really appreciate that as well. So great job. You're welcome.
I really like how you started this rap, and as he said, like the theme of the grandparents. I was about to say piggyback on the title because I was going to ask you.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I was gonna call it The Journey.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate. See, I got that because you did take us on a journey. You went through just like the process. That church me line was fire.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a big sports man. I like football. That 4th and goal, distract the D. Yeah. You just gotta know. I think, and I also think the CCP shout out at the end was fire too, because as you said, though, it's a journey. So like, I feel like that's what I get from like listening to you. I get to go on a journey with you. I get to see things through your perspective, and I also get to hear how clever you are with how you deliver those things through your perspective. We all know, like, you know, Oodles and Noodles Babies, the bologna sandwiches and stuff. I get to enjoy that based off of how you deliver it to us, though. We don't know your story until you tell it to us, but you do a pretty good job at delivering that story in a way in which we can relate to it, but also rock with you because your melodies.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the title too, and I think that's the perfect title for that piece. I love how you took a story that is deeply personal, and you both expanded it to make people feel like they had a way in and they could be there with you, and then you made it so personal and gave it your own flavor. And I loved your delivery and the way that you brought music into these lines. I thought that was really successful. I also had written down a couple things. The Oodles and Noodles and the bologna sandwich were it for me too. I hope you feel really good about it.
It wasn't better than my first two. I can say that. I don't know if it's better, but it was better than my first one. It went better than my first one, yeah.
We are now down to our last poet of this wonderful Drop the Mic segment. I want to give all the love to every poet that stepped the stage as we give love to our next poet, 9-5.
It's freezing here, bro. So, y'all, I go by 9-5, and as y'all know, as I say, this ain't no woke speech. This is just what it sound like when you let your soul speak. I fell in love with the outcome that God determined out this shit. I only get what I got because I'm determined out this bitch. I love a bitch that's all for me, but don't mind turning out a bitch. Thinking how to get you fucked, don't get the burning out this bitch. Brody crazy, told him chill, he ain't getting 30 out the clip. My other Brody in this feels, cause he too worried about a bitch. But I get it, ain't no better feeling than love from these women. Just make sure you really straight before you perming out a bitch, yeah. I could teach you better, learn about some shit. When I hopped out the scene, they was concerned about the shit, so I hopped back in the twist and got the worming out this bitch. I'm a storm, you should prepare for the forecast. I shot right out the cannon in full blast, and I'm causing damage. And my landing come with full proximity, sharpening they swords up, gathering all artillery, with the thoughts that all that shit gonna diminish me. But I shake through the pressure with some charm and agility. I just hope that by the end they remember me, yeah. Better cherish who I am, it ain't any me, no. And every time you try to clone, I bet they let you down. We talking circus, I'm the ringmaster, bitch, I'm never clown. I'm never down. I lift you up while I hold heavy pounds. Yeah, I'm better now. It's like with every breath come with a better sound. Now ain't the time to settle. I can't settle down, silly rabbit. Tricks everlasting, they getting better now. Yeah, Was clever then, and I'm clever now. Don't approach me if it ain't about the cheddar now. Uplift me, we can't converse if you ain't bringing leverage round. I could tell you a snake just from the way your mans move. Shouldn't have made your ass my friend, cause you was making fan moves. I was the one rehearsing, perfecting my dance moves. He gonna jeopardize the play just to not see my plans move. Ford tough, I was built for this. The guys had sent me down equipped, I got the skill for this. I hate a bitch with all that mouth, trying to build a bitch. Can't wait until my heart and thaw, I'm trying to feel again. Cause I ain't feeling shit. Made the world my canvas, leaving artwork in my steps. I'm in and out close to invisible, I'm hard for you to catch. Focused on my stat game, cause I be drawn with a check. Show me that she really for me, I keep shorty in my chest. All that hating shit don't faze me, hate be hardly in effect. And I got stringy with my game, cause I been balling with the vets. I ain't falling for no dogma, swear I hardly be finesse. Seen what you get when you have fast life, so I'm all into the death. I'm out here fighting for my life, cause niggas fall into they death. I don't complain about my hand, I put them cards down and play chess. Niggas move like they coerce. I think all them in duress. Moving off a straight emotion, go put all them in a dress. Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Oh my God. That circus line. It's a circus out here. I'm the ringmaster, never the clown. Never the clown. I love that. I'm gonna use that in regular talk.
Got to,
People,
bro. Pop it,
yeah. Yo, I love how you just embody East Coast MC. I can't tell you from Baltimore, New York, or Philly sometimes.
Philadelphia.
All I need to hear is a few twos, and then we know. I listen.
I appreciate
That was if you around Baltimore people, you know how they go to Old English real quick over 2 O's. All right, so who are we starting off with? We're judges.
We are starting off with our lead, Dr. Michelle Moyes.
Wow. I mean, I just want to piggyback off something that Lindo just said. Like, he's like, oh, you know, and he was sharing with you the line that he loved, the ringmaster and never the clown, right? And he said, I'm going to use that in regular talk or what have you. And you know what I wrote down, and this is why I bring it up, is because I was like, you're spitting your lines, but it's like you're having a conversation with us. You know what I mean? Like, we're listening, and it's like, you know, it's like we're good friends and you're just talking to us. You know what I'm saying? And there's that kind of intimacy there, but at the same time, you know, you're spitting your lines, you know? So there's the performance element, and that goes back to the other line, right? Like, that I wrote down, like, I shake through the pressure with charm and agility, right? Like, so that's what you bring to the mic. Like, every single time you come up here and you're sharing your pieces with us, that's basically like the energy that you bring. And it's captivating for us as an audience. I think that your lyricism, I wrote down here, your lyrical acrobatics, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, today I wasn't going to actually write any notes because I told myself, I'm just going to sit here and listen because I just want to enjoy. But then I start hearing stuff, and I'm like, oh, shit, I got to write this down. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to make sure I wrote that, you know, I wanted, in terms of giving you your props on that, lyrical acrobatics, right? Just really great artistry all the way around, from the written to the performance to the energy, right? Wonderful, powerful. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
First of all, you be out here spitting. I'm just go through what I wrote because I start talking. I really like that line where you said, "Don't mind turning a bitch out." Where you looked up, you had the little mischievous look in your eye. I think in your tone, it was fire. It might work when you do that. I see what you was getting at there. I really enjoyed the falling for my life because niggas falling on death line. Gathering all artillery, never clown, every breath better sound. I feel like that line itself, though, I feel like it embodies who you are and your whole style, because you literally be bar after bar after bar after bar. And I feel like that's what you be aiming for. She's like, every breath, I'm gonna give you a better line. So I feel like you spitting, but you also like embodying what you spitting, and I feel that through your whole delivery. I think you fire. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a dope artist. Your wordplay is really, 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 really dope. I haven't even said dope that much this season, and I used to do that a whole lot. So you got me in my dope phrase. Yeah. So just keep doing what you're doing and giving everybody what you're giving everybody, because you're really fire. I only see you developing into a much better lyricist, because I haven't heard lyrical ability that well in a very, very, very long time. So it's really dope that you have it. It's authentic. It's natural. I appreciate it.
Yes. You said agility, and that is it for me, too, because you just kind of climbed all over, up and down, and every point was like you were just making a point on a point on a point on a point. I wrote down a million phrases, too. This was just ultimately so compelling. I just wanted you to kind of keep going and telling me more. But I loved, again, the storm you should prepare for the forecast. Like, that was incredible. And then that you're putting down your hand to play chess. Amazing. It was really, really good. Well done.
Hashtag I think you fire, as stated earlier. Not that, I mean, lyrical acrobatics certainly sums it up, Dr. Myers, but I mean, the conversational cadence, the vocal power that you approach this microphone with. And for me, I think where we got some common ground, you can't talk to me unless you're bringing leverage around, for real though. So that's a message for everybody, and that's all I got to say about that.
I feel like having that conversation with yourself and accepting who you are, like, starts. I feel like it's necessary, and not to make it seem like work. Well, everything's work. We only got time to work, but it's necessary work because it's what separates you drastically from anybody else. Like, the more you know about you, the good, bad, the ugly, like you were saying, the more you know about you, the more you can use that and play on that to, especially if you like music, creative, you can play on that to separate you. And because nobody's going to think of the humor the way you're going to think of it. Nobody's going to think of even a word the way you think of it. So the more you can break down the way you think and the way you interpret things, the more you can use that to your advantage in life, I feel like.
We have reached the end of the final round of Drop the Mic. Give it up for every contestant that touched stage today. Every contestant that touched stage in every episode. We would not be able to do this without y'all being here to share your voices with everyone. So from the bottom of our hearts and
to the top of our crowns,
we truly appreciate y'all in your realness, your genuine spirits, and your willingness to share with us. So round of applause for yourselves. So right now, we've come to the glorious, I'm sorry, I just looked over and got distracted by how well moisturized Lindo's beard is.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't need to brag, but you know what I do.
So Lindo has a fabulous skincare routine. Anyway, so now we've come to the part of our show where the judges are tabulating the scores, and we will find out who is the winner of this season's Drop the Mic competition. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, cool. Insert. And we are here. We have arrived. This is Drop the Mic. We're on final stage. We just went through 2 rounds of 12 magnificent MCs, poets, and there's creators of culture and producer of the real. And the judges had the hardest job. I have an easy job of just hosting.
I just gotta be pretty. Like, it's just, you know what I mean?
But the judges have the hardest job. So we're gonna bring up the co-founder, also a Def Poetry Jam alumni, and also the winner of
the Lindback
2024.
No. Let's do it properly. The Lindback Teaching Award 2024 for Drop the Mic. Give it up for Dr. Michelle Myers.
Thank you so much, everybody. I know that we're running late, and I don't want to, take up too much of your time. I just wanted to say, first of all, that it's been a very long, hard road after the pandemic to bring Drop the Mic back, and I just feel so blessed that, first of all, that you're all here. So I just want to give it up one more time for the poets who are in the final showcase. As well as for all the contestants that traveled with us across CCP, we were at 3 different campuses for this season, for season 7 of Drop the Mic. We were at the Northeast Regional Center, then we were at the Career and Advanced Technology Center, and then we were here at the main campus in the Black Box Theater. And I just, for me, my main motivation for Drop the Mic is first and foremost for the students. Our students deserve the best. And this is a passion project for me. And I know y'all don't know me. I know for all of you, all of the finalists that are here and for all the poets that have blessed the mic, for Drop the Mic this season. I know y'all don't know me or whatever, but I'm I love y'all, and I just, am just, my heart is full. My heart is full. So no matter, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know we have winners and all that other stuff, but it really doesn't matter. You're all amazing artists, and I hope that you will all continue to write and that you will think about how, you can get your work out there, publishing, social media, right? Performances, going to open mics and so forth. And we would love to have you back on another season of Drop the Mic. I do want to say thank you to everyone. Like, for example, Dr. Shannon Rooney is here. This would not be possible without Dr. Shannon Rooney. For Division of Enrollment Management and Strategic Communications, for supporting Drop the Mic, all the t-shirts and journals that you guys got, right? That was all through them. And of course, Dr. Generals, who was here earlier, is also a big supporter of Drop the Mic. And of course, Dr. Dave Thomas and Paul Geisinger from the music department giving the grand prize, which is the 3 hours of free studio time at Spring Garden Records, which is the record label of Community College of Philadelphia. So yes, and also there will be, gift cards given to the top 3 winners. And so with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Lindo and Marquise to announce the top 3 winners, starting with 3rd place.
Okay. Whew. Oh my God.
And I do wanna say it was very, very, very close, like super close. Okay, if the top 5 were super close.
Okay. Now I got the hard job. As a performer, poet that has been performing for too long, and I hope to go longer, I just want to highlight what Dr. Michelle Myers said of just like the results of today is not a testimony of your talent or even a true culminary thing of just like where your talent is taking you. It's the community that you're building here, the networking that you do. So with that being said, we're gonna announce the 3rd place winner.
So, coming in 3rd place, please give a raucous round of applause. And when you hear your name called, please come up to the stage. Give a raucous round of applause for Ava! Don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you do it.
You can cry, you can cry.
I'm not gonna cry, I'm just like, what the hell?
It's okay to cry. There's sometimes good tears, good cries are good happening. In 2nd place, and keep in mind, all the winners selected were really, really close. They were carrying the ones, doing all the things of math, and we're all English people. So math was really hard for us.
English people.
Well, yeah, we're English majors. We stick around with words and stuff like that, but the numbers not so much. So 2nd place goes to
Naima,
the self-love poet. Yeah, lonely on the board. We just gotta come a little closer so we can be sound. There we go. And tag. Now y'all can give a little mini drum roll. And 1st place goes to.
Give it up for your winner of season 7, Black Cancer! Please, let's give our winners just a chance to flex on them. Give it up for your top 3.
Can I get in the middle of y'all? Yeah, yeah.
Whoa. To our live audience and also just like our audience in TV world, this was 8 episodes, 2 rounds each. That means 16 rounds together. They were competing against some of the best talent here in Philadelphia, but most importantly here at Community College that has grown so many talented individuals expressing themselves in their most authentic version, unapologetically, pouring their hearts out on stage and pays to be here to showcase their talent. Can we give them even a bigger round of applause right now?
As well as a round for everyone that touched stage via, be it final showcase or in the audition rounds. Please give it up for everyone that touched stage. And we're gonna name everybody from... Give it up for everybody. For everybody. Non-kids all in you. Yeah. All right, buddy. We ready? Yes. We got people. Yes. Yeah. Well, listen. I got people to name. All right. Convert to the clipboard, please. Okay. So, again, give it a. Again, our final contestants. We also have to thank our amazing crew. So, can we please give it up for CCP TV, including Dina Lay, Paul Colsey, Adam Steinhauer, Jason Rose, Ren Parker, Lena LePie, Elizabeth Field. Ooh, we got DJ Corey Martin. We got Miles Henze. We've got our fantastic judges again: Alicia Dantzler, Professor Save Torres, Dr. David Thomas, Dr. Shannon Rooney, Dr. Guy Generals, and Dr. Darren Liscombe, as well as Dr. Michelle Myers. And I think we're actually done.
This show was brought together by the wonderful talent and charisma and creativity of just dope poets, dope MCs, and dope creative thinkers. And also, this sounds really corny, but viewers like you that make this possible, that keep your eyes and ears for everything we do here at Community College of Philadelphia. Thank y'all so much. Peace, power, and love.